how to be the very best wedding guest you can be.
Hi, welcome back to Bride Society. I'm Laura, this is Rebecca, and if you've clicked on this video, you've made a good first step because you obviously do want to be a good wedding guest. So whether you maybe haven't been to a wedding before and that's why you've kind of searched out this video, or if you're wedding planning yourself but so in the depths of planning for your own wedding, you've forgotten how to exist as a non-kind of engaged person, then this is a video for you. We are going to give you some tips on how to be the very best wedding guest you can be without causing stress, fuss, or anything for the couple who are getting married themselves.
Yes. I mean, if you are getting married yourself, you probably have an appreciation for some of these, like this first one about RSVPing promptly. So that invitation goes out, you obviously put, or hopefully you've put a deadline for the responses on it, but as a, you know, for the couple, the best thing you can do is reply as quickly as you can. I appreciate you might need to figure out your arrangements and things, or time of work possibly, blah blah, so you can't necessarily, but do make sure you meet that deadline, because they'll have things like caterers waiting on that, they can't do the seating plan till they've got that. So yeah, coming in last minute, not helpful, or if they've got to then spend the time chasing you, obviously that's also not helpful. But yeah, the earlier you RSVP, the more they'll feel your enthusiasm too, and they'll appreciate the excitement of that as well. So for good wedding guest, you get extra marks for doing it early.
Plus it removes the risk of you forgetting to do it.
There is that.
You think, oh yes, I'll do that later, and then yeah, it never happens. So yes, do it early. Also to do with the invitation is read the invitation carefully. So the couple will have gone to a lot of effort to put either a lot of information on the invitation, or created maybe a wedding website with a lot more information on there, with everything you could possibly need to know, be it kind of accommodation details, location of the wedding, kind of if it's multiple venues, definitely important. Read it carefully, actively participate in looking at the information, so you're not a bother and texting the couple being like, what time's the ceremony on the wedding day, when just don't be that person.
Yeah, do not bother the couple. That is the last resort. Yeah, and pay attention to any like special instructions or requests that might be on that invitation, and that might be as simple as things like sometimes couples ask you for like if you have song requests, because they're trying to be good hosts and trying to put together playlists that they know their guests are going to love. And obviously that's not a compulsory thing to do, but it's good like to participate in that kind of thing. So engage with it and think of something to put down when you respond. Also
read carefully who is invited to the wedding. Now traditionally, whoever's written on the envelope will be the people who are people who are invited to the wedding, or it may be clearly on the actual invitation itself. Don't assume like you necessarily got a +1 unless it actually says on there. It'll say either the person's name or +1 potentially. Also, don't assume your children are invited if you have children, and if they're not, please don't ask the couple if you can bring them along.
Yeah, just orcs. Yeah. Gifts. So obviously there's a whole political thing about whether they're going to ask for gifts, blah blah. That's a different video, which we have done. But as a guest, so maybe if you're thinking, oh, I want to take a gift, then do check the invitation, the wedding website, blah blah, for to see if they have a gift registry, if they've registered somewhere, so you know you're getting something that they genuinely want. And usually people are pretty good about putting a range of price point items on those lists for that kind of thing. Or if you don't want to go that route, or it's all too expensive, or blah blah, like, and you want to, but you still want to give a little something, just try to make it thoughtful and personal to the couple. And well, basically just not just, well, don't get me wrong, as much as I appreciated my gifts, like there were multiple like heart-shaped photo frames and multiple cake stands. And don't get me wrong, I like cake, so they have all been used, but you end up with multiple and fairly kind of meaningless. Like, they're not, you wouldn't necessarily remember, oh, that's from that person for any reason, or it doesn't speak necessarily to that individual couple. So I think if you're going to go that route, like non-registry route, it probably requires a bit more thought. Or so if you're not doing any of that, that's obviously completely fine, but I would bare minimum just give a wedding card. Most people put like a little box or something out for the wedding cards to be put in on the wedding day, don't they? And just, with your well wishes and thanking them for, inviting you to be part of their special day and wishing them a wonderful life together, etc., etc. But yeah, people hang on to their wedding cards too. So.
I've still got mine.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
So the wedding day itself has arrived. You will get there early. If you're a good wedding guest, you need to make sure you arrive on time, and that doesn't mean if it's maybe a 2 p.m. ceremony that you get there for 2 o'clock. Make sure you're there
before the bride.
Yeah. In advance, taking into account for any traffic or parking issues you might come across, just so you can be seated, ready, everything's calm, you're ready to enjoy the day and watch your loved ones, your friends get married. Yes. Allow extra time.
Yeah. But obviously don't walk in so early that people are still setting up.
No.
You'll be in the way. They'll be conscious that they want you to have that kind of wow factor when you walk into the room, right? Like whether it's the ceremony or whatever, but people want it to be ready for you. So just, thread the needle on that. Yeah. And dress appropriatly. So they might have possibly given some guidance to that on the invitation or say the wedding website. And that means in all likelihood, unless they've specified to do this, do avoid wearing white. And honestly, in my opinion, I take that as far as even if it's like a pattern dress, if there's white in it, I still wouldn't wear it.
Okay.
But there's wiggle room there. But yeah, as a woman, I just would not wear white to a wedding unless told.
Yeah, if you have to ask the question, is this too white? It's too white.
Yeah. Like, I once wore a very pale blue dress to a wedding, which in the evening lights made it look white. And I was so paranoid about it the whole night when I spoke to her. And I was like, it's blue, it's not white. But, yes. And of course, but they might have given other guidance. So they might have said, oh, please don't wear red, or please do wear some, like, whether it be a tie or a little nod to something in a particular colour because it's meaningful to them. So they might have special requests, so just pay attention. And maybe avoid, just, the goal is to not detract attention from the couple or by overshadowing them, wearing something, I guess, super garish, or just something that's going to detract from them. And equally, I'd say make an effort. Like, you want people to be comfortable, and obviously, like, it can be expensive as a guest and all that kind of thing. So we totally appreciate there's a within your means thing, right? But I have been to weddings where people have been there in tracksuits, and I'm just like, that's not cool. Like, just no. And it's not like the couple were having a really casual, informal garden wedding or anything. Like, they were properly in hats and tails even, like. So, yeah, just be respectful of the vibe.
And also be respectful during the ceremony. So we've all got phones, either turn it off, put it on silent. No one wants the phone going off, kind of crazy frog ringtone happening halfway through the vows, anything like that. And if any special requests are made by the person leading the ceremony, for example, that the couple don't want any photos taken during the ceremony, that they're leaving that to the professional photographers, please do respect that. There's nothing worse. We've all seen these photos and kind of videos that photographers and videographers put up where the couple is supposed to be having an unplugged ceremony, and there's great aunt Ada with her big iPad in the middle of the aisle blocking the view.
Yeah.
So yes, don't take any photos unless you've been explicitly told you are allowed to.
Yeah, because people, you know, I mean, it might be that they haven't hired a photographer, and of course
Yeah.
these things are different for different couples, but yeah, then they just end up blocking the view of the official photographer as well as just people being able to enjoy the wedding, don't they? And yeah.
Usually even if the couple have asked for no photos, there will be a point, maybe when they're signing the register or at a certain part of the ceremony, maybe once it's kind of concluded, that you may well then be invited to go and take a photo. So it's just a more controlled environment.
Yeah. Or like after the signing registry, because actually legally you're not allowed to take pictures of the signing of the registry. But
the fake registry.
Yeah, there's definitely a posed one. Yeah, I remember that. And then once you're at the reception, like, engage with what's going on. So they might have set things up like games or a photo booth or quizzes, or there's all kinds of things people do now, or even just the traditional like guest book. If they have these kind of things, engage with them, interact with them, do them. You know, like, I mean, how sad would it be if they got, you know, home and then they're looking through their guest book the next week and there's like one entry in it, you know? So I know it can be difficult to think of what to say in these things, blah blah, but I think sometimes just the kind of know that someone just took the time and effort just to kind of put their name down, like they were there, like, have that memory. I think that's appreciated. So yeah, part of being a good guest.
And if there are speeches, pay attention. Just kind of don't be on your phone checking football scores, something like that. Give the speakers your full attention. It can be quite a nerve-wracking experience to stand up in front of a group of people. So yeah, just give them the attention they deserve. And don't be one of those people that heckle. It's not
cool.
fun. No, it's not cool. And also, if you haven't been asked to give a speech, please do not stand up and try and give a speech.
Yes, we've both been to weddings where surprisingly that does happen, but
and I missed out on dessert because of it.
That's worse.
Because it ran on so long. But anyway, so don't do that, please.
And yeah, try to be social. So you're probably on a table at the reception and there's other guests there. Maybe you don't know everyone on that table. Maybe some people, you know, some people, and there's some people that don't know others. If it's in your personality, try to like include other people in the conversation and strike up conversations and things, rather than just maybe the person you went with, assuming you went with somebody. You know, like, yeah, just engage, try and be social. You don't necessarily have to like work the room or anything, but yeah, just trying to make it so everyone's having a nice time and everyone's kind of isolated, so the bride and groom don't sort of look over and have to kind of feel worried about the person that maybe came on their own and they sat them over there and they're having a bad time, kind of thing.
And if there is a seating plan, please respect the seating plan. The couple have spent probably quite a long time kind of finalising, thinking about who will talk to who they shouldn't sit near who. So don't do any sneaky changing of place cards, please. Just please sit. I mean, it's not for that long. If you really don't like the person next to you, it's only for a short amount of time. Just suck it up, really. Yeah. Talk to someone else.
Because also, different companies work different ways, but that might also confuse the caterers.
Yeah.
If it's a buffet, it's one thing, but yeah, if they're bringing it out to your seat, they might have the plan in the back and are bringing the right meal that you've requested to that seat. So yeah, chaos, and you'll get the wrong thing too, and you don't want that. Like so do respect the choices.
And if there are any issues, say there are children at the wedding and you're expecting a high chair, don't bother the couple with that. Just go and discreetly speak to a member of staff to sort the issue out, and it'll be done quickly, discreetly. Couple never need to know. It's all fine.
Yeah. Drink responsibly. Particularly, I guess, if there's an open bar, which is what I guess it can be more tempting to go big and go overboard. Obviously, you know how well you can hold your liquor and how your behaviour ensues, like after you've had a few. And obviously, if you're watching this, you obviously aim to be a good guest, so you're probably thinking you're not going to go wild anyway. But it's one thing, from the point of view of like, the mood and atmosphere of the evening. Obviously they want people to have a good time and enjoy themselves, but nobody wants to be being ill in the corner, or anything, or unwelcome behaviour. But also I say, if it is an open bar, obviously you're going to cost a packet load of money. Like, they've obviously put that on as a bit of a thank you for coming, and they want you to be able to enjoy it. But obviously there's a line there, right?
So you've had an amazing time at the wedding, at the reception, you've taken loads of photos, but what do you now do with those? On the invitation, the couple may have specified whether or not they're happy for photos to go on social media. If they've expressed that they don't want any photos posted on social media, please respect that. If they might want to encourage it, they might have created a hashtag where you can post photos and use the hashtag, so they can see all the photos taken. And kind of, if they have done that, please try it, and you are someone that likes to post on social media, please do try and do that. Otherwise they might be checking the hashtag and no one's posted a photo of the wedding. So again, it's kind of actively engaging in what they've maybe asked for, what they've requested. But even if they have kind of said about, yes, please do post photos on social media, it's generally the etiquette that you will wait until they've posted something before you go ahead and post, just so you're not giving away any spoilers maybe of what's happened before the couple are able to.
Yeah. And just generally be supportive. Like, there might be a little job they need you to kind of pitch in on the day, whether that's helping hand out confetti or move something from A to B for them, kind of thing, that you can just pop it in your car and move it from ceremony to reception, something like that. Or you can see that usher is struggling to hand out something, there might be just something. Obviously you don't want to impose yourself or make it like you're sort of part of the wedding party, as it were, if you're not. But there might just be little things that you can just lend a hand to, and just being mindful and willing, and keep your eyes open, really. The other thing I would say, like, if you are planning your own wedding, as Laura was saying at the start, you might be doing that, but going as a guest, don't go and steal all the wedding ideas. Like, don't copy it. That's not good guest etiquette. Like, they'll know. Assuming they're coming to your wedding as well. But equally, it is obviously completely normal when your brain is in wedding planning mode, when you go to other people's weddings, to kind of go, oh, I like how they did that. Maybe I would tweak this. This might work better for us if we did it that way. There's obviously some bits and pieces, but don't just go, oh yeah, I liked exactly all the extras that they had and exactly the way they did it. It's not good guest etiquette.
And also, maybe don't spend the whole evening talking about your wedding plans. You can obviously, it's an exciting time, you're getting married too, so you can mention it, and you may know other people there and they all know you're engaged, but yes, don't
make it about you.
Yeah.
I think generally this whole bit, as long as your focus is on the couple, what the couple want, and how they want their day to be, then I think you can't go that far wrong, really. Being respectful of their wishes. I think that's a good rule of thumb to get you through it. But hopefully these things have helped. But the very last thing I would say is if you can, stay to the end of the wedding.
Yeah.
Or at least until, if the couple are leaving early, because historically the tradition is that the couple kind of go off to go on their honeymoon, as it were, and leave the guests behind. So at least stay until that point if it is possible. Partly because I feel like, so we've both had weddings, and my experience at least was that you can kind of feel like you spend the first half of the wedding greeting people, and then there's a changeover where you then spend the rest of the wedding saying goodbye to people and thanking them for coming, and there's very little window in the middle where you're actually just all being there enjoying it, and that's kind of a shame. yeah, I think you just all want to be in it and in the moment and enjoying it. And yeah, they put so much effort into it and stuff. It's just a shame you're not getting that day back. That is a one-off event. So yeah, if possible, just yeah, be a little tired the next day. Like I have feelings about this one, so I appreciate there are reasons why it might not be possible, and obviously that's fine. But yes, I would say good etiquette. Stay to the end.
So hopefully they are some helpful tips for you to be the best wedding guest you could possibly be. If you've got any other thoughts, please share them in the comments below in case you think we've missed anything glaringly obvious. Was there anything on this list that surprised you, or kind of you weren't going to do but now realise that maybe you shouldn't be doing the thing that you were going to?
You're like, damn, I can't wear that dress.
Yeah.
It's white.
It's a floor-length lace white dress. Well, darn it. Give this video a like, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.